corn husk wreath, not a wreath, garland today in today's craft. But the problem is I deleted the first portion of this craft project. So I'm going to insert a picture. I didn't delete a lot, so you know, it was just a little teeny bit of like the introduction of what we were using, and the whole thing that sparked the project, which was corn husk. So you guys probably all know and have all purchased in the past during fall the decorative corn that you can buy from Michael's. I've seen it a little bit at Hobby Lobby, but not like I've seen at Michael's and at some country primitive stores. So it's like the Indian corn, the tricolor corn, the little strawberry corns, all of those wonderful corns. They are so expensive. And corn is a really cool fall element, you know, to use in your decor for the season. And so I was watching a bunch of crafting videos on YouTube, and there's a group of people on Facebook, a group of crafters, and they do a craft around the clock segment. Basically, they literally will have one crafter after another in 45-minute increments, and they will post crafts. And a lot of them also have YouTube channels. And so it's really cool how they'll post on Facebook, and then they'll record their live craft around the clock sessions, and then they'll post it on their YouTube channel. So it looks a little bit different because you're literally just you're literally posting and uploading the video of your live on Facebook. So I don't prefer the format. It's kind of hard to see. You know, I'd rather watch them live on Facebook than rewatch them on YouTube, but they are on YouTube as well. Anyway, there's this one particular crafter that I love, and I love her crafts. She is a primitive crafter, all things primitive and country. And she did a project with corn husk, and that's kind of where the idea started. And then I took her idea and kind of ran with it in my own style. But what I found interesting was not the craft that she did, but the corn she used. Because like I said, that corn can be so expensive. And I love it. I actually love decorating with corn, but I just find it, you know, I think last year, even on sale, I paid $15 for a bundle of tricolor corn. She goes to Walmart, and I'm going to insert a picture here in just a second. She goes to Walmart and she buys this bag of squirrel food, and it is corn on the cob. Now, it's not the tricolor, and it's not the most pretty decorative looking corn, but it's still corn. And it's still a whole bag for $8.99 versus, you know, the elaborate bundle, you know, for $15.99 or whatever. So I went and I purchased a bag, and I made this garland. So we're going to pick up this video as I'm explaining to you that you need to take all of the corn out of the bag and really look over it so that you can pick out the best pieces for the project that you're going for. But I really thought that this is a nice tip for those of you that like to make some of your own items, and you are crafters and decorators like me, you're both. This is a really good money-saving way to get a lot of corn for your crafting and fall decorating, you know, without spending a whole lot of money. So definitely consider going to Walmart and picking up the whole corn squirrel food, because it'll save you a ton of money, and it's actually kind of a great way, if you don't mind plucking it off, it's a great way to have a bunch of bowl filler that's corn. It's really cool. Anyway, let's get into today's video. You're not going to really know what you get in the bag. You're going to have to make your best judgment when you pick a bag. But I'm laying it all out so I can see, you know, the sizes of each one. And of course, you're going to have some that are broken off or whatever. So I also wanted to kind of look at that, because for the garland, I'm not going to use the corn. I'm just going to use the husk. So this one would be a good one because it's already missing so much.
And I think I'm going to use these shorter ones right here. All of these like broken halved ones, I think I'm going to take the corn off of these and use them for this garland idea. I'm going to be saving the corn because you can use the corn as bowl filler as well. So I'm going to be keeping it in an old tin. So this is kind of interesting. You know, you're just kind of peeling that corn off of there. It comes off rather easy. So I'm going to have a nice bit of bowl filler. This is more of a primitive craft. I just had one escape me. I got to go grab that so Maggie doesn't get it. As I was saying, this is more of a primitive craft for primitive decor. But you don't, if you're not into primitive or country decor, you can use this for fall still. It's very fallish. Just going to continue to do this until I have them all uncovered. So my corn is kind of white. So what I'm going to do is just actually dip it into my coffee grunge mix. I just dipped it in my jar. And coffee grunge mix definitely has a certain type of consistency to it. So what I'm going to do, and this is going to work just fine, but what I'm going to do is dip it and then kind of get some of that excess off with the paper towel. And so it's going to darken my husk up a little bit, and that's what I want. But this is what it's looking like. And it's okay that it's darker in some areas and lighter in others. I'm totally okay with that. Okay, so it's the next day. It took them overnight to dry, and they turned out really well. I love the coloring of them. Now the trick is figuring out how I want to make them into just a very short accent garland. I don't want a really long, like whole big long garland. I just want a little accent piece to hang on my peg shelves or hang on like coming off a shelf or something like that. I'm thinking one of my peg shelves. So I could put like pumpkins in between and then some homespun ribbon. But I also like the look of these that I could put in between as well. And they're different sizes. And what I think I'm going to do is just use the 5. And I'm going to start with the longest and go small. So it has like this kind of shape going on. So what I think I'm going to have to do is either drill a hole through each of the items that I'm stringing, or I could try to hot glue twine on the tips, which might be easier. And I think that's what I'm going to do once I have everything laid out the way that I want. So stay tuned. I think this is going to turn out absolutely gorgeous. I had to move over here to my gluing station. But yeah, I think this is going to be absolutely gorgeous. I got to wait for my glue gun to heat up a good bit. It takes a while. But in the meantime, I have just enough of this thicker twine to use. It's the perfect length, actually. It's the last of it, so it's super curly. The last of the roll is always super curly. So I'm actually just going to mark the middle so that I know where I'm going to start, and it's right here. So I'm going to lay it out so that this is the middle while my glue gun is heating up. And I'm going to start in the middle and work my way out. And this is going to be rather delicate. I will say that doing the drilling between the corn cobs would help to keep this more stable on the twine or the string that you're using. So yes, that would be probably the best for stability. But I don't feel like going and getting the drill or having Art do it for me. He's busy with fantasy football right now, and I don't want to interrupt him. We're going out to dinner later this evening and with family, and I just don't want to interrupt him. He's had a busy weekend so far, so I want to give him a chance to do his thing. But I think if I just hot glue it here and really secure it well, that it's going to be fine. I'm not too concerned about it. And I also like that these have this little bit that'll help me to secure it. They're delicate. So I'm definitely going to have to be very careful with my garland. Some of the primitive garlands that you purchase are delicate. You do want to care for them really well. You want to put them away and store them really well, you know, in a container where they're not with a lot of everything else. I usually wrap my primitive decor in tissue paper when I'm packing it away. My garlands I tend to keep out so that they can stay the shape and that kind of thing. So this I probably won't store away somewhere. I'll probably continue to hang it in my storage, my storage area. So anyway, let's get this heated up. We'll start the process of gluing it on, and then I'm going to embellish it even more after it's done. One thing I will say is that what I plan to do and did not do yet is I'm going to get my essential oils and pick a scent that I really like. I love the pumpkin spice scent. I love sometimes the apple cinnamon scent. So whatever scent you like, put your essential oils on your cobs and just, you know, put a few sprinkles on each of these items. And you can do it after the fact. I'm going to wait until it's all finished and made because my essential oils are upstairs. So I'm just going to, and I need to bring them down here so I can use them while I'm crafting instead of after the fact. But I'm going to just put some drops of my essential oils, the scents that I like, on these items here. And so this will have that really wonderful scent to it. It already does because these are part of bowl filler that came from Hobby Lobby. I believe it was Hobby Lobby. And I've had these for years. So the scent is barely there anymore, but I'm just going to refresh it with that essential oil. This was also part of the same bowl filler. And the corn cobs have a bit of a scent because I used my coffee grunge. So it does have that cinnamon smell already, but I'm going to make it, I'm smelling it. It smells so good. But I'm going to make it stronger by adding the essential oil. And you can continue to refresh the scent of your primitives or any of your decor that you make that can hold scent. You can always refresh it by using essential oils. And you can get essential oils anywhere. You can get them at TJ Maxx, you can get them at Ross in sets, but you can also get them in the candle section of Hobby Lobby. So if you can't find them anywhere else, you can go there. And I get mine also off of Amazon sometimes. I get really huge sets of them because I use essential oils for everything. So anyway, let me get these, we'll start gluing these on, and hopefully my glue gun is ready to go. Yes, it is. And I'm going to grab some extra glue sticks before we start. Safety first, I have my finger protectors. I also have my handy dandy little spatula here. This is just a Dollar Tree makeup brush. But anyway, let's go ahead and get this started. Now I have them all glued on and it looks pretty good. I could have done them closer together, should have done them closer together, but the curliness of the string just, it got away from me as I was trying to like get them all secure on there. Maggie's jumping up and down over here. How pretty girls. Come here. She wants to say hi. Say hi. We see everybody. Oh my goodness. You gotta inspect it. Yeah, craft time with Maggie. Craft time with the Maggie. Mommy's pretty girl, love you. Okay, go play. So what I think I'm going to do is add my ribbon next, or lace. And I'm just going to make, I'm going to cut the ribbon and tie it on in between and fill this out a little bit. And there's another element that I may use as well. But let's get this on first and then we'll see. So now I'm at the point where, do I want to add husk to the top of my corn? Do I want to do that? Or Don't want to leave it as is. So it did fill in. I love lace. Lace is like my love language. I love it. So I just added enough lace to fill it out. I went ahead and added those corn husk toppers. I'm going to finish it off because you can see the zip ties in some. So I'm going to finish it off by matching. I don't have enough of this wire. So I'm going to match it up by just doing a thin, teeny, very skinny twine to each of those. I'm not bowing it or anything. I just want to make sure I cover the zip ties and that they're all matching. And then I'm going to hang it up and I'll show you what it looks like.